Hello from Aberdeen. I've just hopped off a train from Inverness and tonight I am taking the ferry up to Lerwick on the Shetland Islands with Northlink Ferries. So the plan is get my boarding pass and we'll see you in a bit. Right, so baggage has been left and heading through to departures now. I don't know if we're heading straight on board or whether they've got a little place to just sit for a moment or two. We don't leave for another hour and a half. But yeah, all very good so far. Smooth sailing, you could say. Yeah, we're just boarding. So my plan is to get on board and have a look outside. So access to the viewing deck is gained through the Feast restaurant on deck 6, and then it's up the steps. And early on in proceedings, I'll just mention that you might consider subscribing to the channel. Whilst this journey is going to take me 14.5 hours, it'll probably take you less than a second to hit that subscribe button, so why not consider it? It really does help. So it's just gone 4 o'clock, so we've got an hour before departure. I've had a look at the pod that I've booked for tonight, and yeah, so far so good. It's spacious and comfy. I'm not going to do too much talking when I'm in the lounge with the pods, because obviously it's where people are trying to sleep, and it does have that kind of hushed tone, so you don't want to be too raucous in there. But I like it. We'll see what it's like at 3 o'clock in the morning, but so far so good. And yeah, the ferry is busy, which is perhaps not surprising given that it's June. So we'll see how we go. And there was something else I was going to say, and I've got, oh yes, the boat on MV HROSSEY. So this is one of 2 RoPax ferries that operate this route. So the other one is the MV Shetland. We're on HROSSEY, and we've just had an announcement to say that the bars will be opening shortly, as will the restaurants. So I think I'm going to get a bite to eat and maybe have a wee sneaky pint as well. But we'll see you in a bit. I've got a funny feeling I shouldn't be up here, so I'm going to go just in case. That'd be great, wouldn't it? Get kicked off before we even leave Aberdeen. And so, with loading complete and just gone 5 o'clock, we slip away from the berth. Now, just something to bear in mind, check-in opens 2 hours prior to departure at Aberdeen and Lerwick. Car drivers are recommended to check in at least 1 hour before departure, and check-in closes 30 minutes prior to departure. And this is enforced strictly. From personal experience, I can tell you that if you're late, tough, and there is nothing worse than arriving 5 minutes late, seeing the ferry at the quayside with the stern door still opened and being told you are not getting on board. You have been warned. In the meantime, here is our departure from Aberdeen. So let's go and check out our pod. So when you're booking, you can choose which lounge you want to use, and then that will be confirmed on your boarding pass. You'll also receive a key card entry from the purser when you board, and that gains access to the lounge. I'm in pod lounge number 2, and here we are, and I think that looks really good. I like the mood lighting. And what do you get? Well, there is a comfy reclining seat. You also get a little kit with a Northlink Ferries blanket, some earbuds, and an eye mask. That's all handy. In front of you, there's a little net to keep some sick bags and a magazine, and there's a decent size tray table. It's a very spacious and comfy area. There's also USB charging available and a reading light, which works by pressing it on and off. Thusly. So yeah, just looking at the seat beside me, as you can see, it's spacious and there's good padding, so I'm happy with that. Also a little Northern Lights magazine, which will undoubtedly help the 14.5 hours just go by in a blink. Right, so a wee update. It is just gone 10 o'clock. Germany have just beaten Denmark 2-0 to make it to the quarterfinals of the European Championships, and we are approaching Kirkwall on the Orkney Islands. We are going through what's known as the String. If my geography is right, we've got the island of Shetland over that way and the Orkney mainland that way, so we will be in Kirkwall. We're due to be there for 11 o'clock, and then we'll be heading back out and making our way up to Lerwick. But so far everything's going very well. The Northlink crew have been incredibly friendly and really good. I think just what I need to do is have another little look, a proper look around the ship, and to give you an idea of what's what, but it's going brilliantly. I would say it's going swimmingly, but I don't know if that's a great thing to say when you're on a boat. It's going very well. So as I mentioned, we're due to arrive in Kirkwall at 11 p.m. and then we'll be underway to Lerwick at midnight. The pier at Kirkwall is a mile or so out of the town, so if you're on foot, that's something to be aware of, but there is an X10 ferry link which meets with the ferry and will take you into Kirkwall or on Stromness. There's also taxis available as well, but it's just something to be aware of if you are on foot, that there is a little bit of distance between the Hatston Pier and Kirkwall itself. Leaving Kirkwall and heading up to Lerwick. We should be in Lerwick for 7 o'clock in the morning, but I really need to try and get some sleep. And so it's time for me to return to my pod, and I discovered that someone was in the pod that I had been allocated to, but there were plenty more available, so that was fine. What wasn't so good was someone either tuning up a didgeridoo or brushing their teeth at midnight. Hello, it has just gone 2:30 in the morning and we are situated somewhere between Orkney and Shetland, and I can't sleep. Now that's nothing to do with Northlink. The pod that I'm in is perfectly comfortable. The only thing that I'm struggling with is the fact that I am concerned that if I do sleep, then I'll start to snore, and that will awaken fellow passengers. So that's probably me overthinking it, but that's how I am. So what I thought I would do is give you a little look around deck 6 in particular, because that's where all the action is, and because everyone else is in bed or asleep, then I'm not going to disturb anyone. So let's have a little look around. Okay. Now, I can't go up there because that has been closed. But if we go through here, then this is the feast restaurant. Now, what will happen here in a few hours is that breakfast will be served. I'll be using that, and then later in the day, later in the evening, they will serve dinner or tea, whichever you prefer. Got some vending machines over there, and the kids play area. If we carry on through, we have got the bar, which is closed. It closes at midnight. Then we've got this kind of lobby area. So there are some people asleep there. Now again, when it's normal time, there's a shop. This is all on deck 6. Shop in there. We'll keep going. Oh. That's where my pod is. We'll keep going. So heading past pod lounges 2 and 3, you've got some more seating there on the left, and as you head round to the right, you've got the Longship lounge and bar. There's more reclining seats in here, and there were a lot of people stretched out sleeping. And as you head on round, there is pod lounge number 1, and there are also some toilets and showers available. Also available is the Magnus Lounge. Premium or executive cabin passengers gain access to the lounge with their tickets. If you would like to purchase a ticket to go into the lounge, you can do that on deck 5 at reception. In 2024 it cost £20. So that is deck 6. So deck 5 is next. Probably less to see there because that's where all the cabins are. Let's give it a go. Cabins. More cabins. Cabins. What I would suggest, and I'm trying to keep my voice kinda hushed, is if you can't get a cabin, just pay the exorbitant Logan Air prices and fly. That's not meant to malign Northlink or their pods. It's just my experience. If you can't get a cabin, just fly. I'm so tired. Right, it is just gone 6:30. Time for some coffee. And breakfast. The cooked breakfast was $10.99 and it was very tasty.
I am going to talk about how much this journey cost me in a minute, but something to be aware of when you are booking is that Northlink have a low, mid and peak season pricing structure, and if you want to come up to Shetland in the summer and you want a cabin, book well in advance.
We're just arriving in Lerwick, as you will have seen, and that was good. The crossing was flat calm. The boat's really nice. The crew were very friendly. And I think it's great value for money. 14 hours on a ferry for $39.50 for a foot passenger. You can't argue with that. £18 for the pod. I suppose it depends if you sleep, and I didn't sleep, but I still enjoyed it. I still enjoyed the comfort of it, and thumbs up Northlink. Would I use it again? Well, I'm gonna be, because I'm gonna be on the boat tonight, heading back south. It depends if you want to pay Loganair prices to fly, but as an experience, taking the ferry is a good way to go. But anyway, thank you for watching, and I'm hopefully going to get some sleep at some point, and we will see you on the next one. Anyway, it's time for me to disembark, so thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.